In Yusuf and his brothers there are signs for every one of those who want to ask. The lives of many prophets are mentioned in the Qur'an. One of these is Prophet Yusuf. The Qur'an contains very detailed information about the life of this holy prophet. Throughout his life, Prophet Yusuf encountered great difficulties, but he was always trying to give thanks to God. His is important for all believers. Prophet Yusuf was Prophet Yaqub's son. Prophet Yaqub was a strong, sincere, and these features of him are related this way. And remember our servants Ibrahim, Ishaq, and Yaqub, men of true strength and inner sight, through sincere remembrance of the above, are among the best of chosen men. Prophet Yaqub had 12 sons. One was far superior in morality. His brothers were very different to him. They lived solely for their desires and ignorantly violated God. Only the young approached his moral values. Yusuf had a dream and told his father what he had seen. When Yusuf told his father, I saw 11 bright stars. I saw them all prostrate in front of me. He said, my son devised some scheme enemy to man. Your Lord will pick you out and teach you the true meaning of events, and perfectly fulfill His blessing on you as well as on the family of Yaqub, as He fulfilled it perfectly before upon your forebears, Ibrahim and Ishaq. Most certainly your Lord is knowing, wise. Yaqub was a most sensitive and he was aware of the jealous natures of he was ready to create confusion. Jealous of Prophet Yusuf. They thought that their father loved him more than he did them, and that this was an injustice. Powerful was this decided to eliminate. They imagined, then loved them more, and they set about planning to. When they declared, Yusuf and his brother are dearer to our father than we are, although we constitute a powerful group. Our father is clearly making a mistake. Kill Yusuf or expel him to some land so that your father will look to you alone, and then you can be people who do right. Yet they had to depart and take have to convince their father to allow that. They said, "Our father, what is wrong with you that you refuse to trust us with Yusuf when in truth we only wish him well? Why don't you send him out with us tomorrow so he can enjoy himself and play about?" Prophet Yaqub was unwilling because he did not trust his children. "It grieves me to let him go with you. I fear a wolf might come and eat him up while you are heedless, not attending him." And eventually him and take Yusuf with was unaware of what was to happen to him. Others had already their cruel plan. They were just about to kill him when one of the brothers suggested. At that difficult moment, God came, who inspired that idea in his brother. One of them said, "But throw him to the bottom of the well, so that some travelers may discover him, if this is something that you have to do." The well into which they threw Prophet Yusuf it was uncertain to relieve it. Such circumstances would be most trying for anyone who did not believe. Yet even at this young age, Prophet Yusuf patiently placed his trust in God. As one indication of the clear moral values of his. At that most troubled time, a miracle occurred. God told him of the future and clearly revealed that he would complete all the trials for him. They did go out with him and gathered all together and agreed to put him at the bottom of the well. We then revealed to him that you will inform them. They are totally unaware. And weeping to was something below. This was supposedly his bloody shirt. That night, tears, saying, "Father," and left Yusuf. And a wolf appeared and ate him up. But even though we really tell the truth, the miracle revealed by God to Prophet Yusuf, a caravan. They had a clear motive for him. They wanted to sell him as a slave. The was widespread in Egypt in those years. Child slaves were particularly valuable. Some travelers came that way, or who let his bucket down. "Good news for me, I found a boy." They then hid him away among their goods. God knew very well what they were doing. And sold him very cheaply to an Egyptian. had bought him told his wife, "It's possible he will be of use to us," adopt him as a son. And thus we established Yusuf in the land. God is in control of his affair. However, most of humanity do not know. Purchased Prophet under their protection. Passion. Him. God was at all times. These were all blessings of God, and knew reached maturity, his beauty began to attract the attention of a great many women. First among these was the lady of the house in which he lived, in other words, the wife of the Egyptian governor. Before long, the governor's wife rejected the woman, however, knowing that this would be a violation of, immediately sought. The behavior of Prophet Yusuf in the face of is described in the Qur'an. The woman whose house it was wanted to seduce him. She barred the doors and said, "Come over here." He said, "God is my refuge. He is my Lord and has been good to me with where I live. Those who do wrong will surely not succeed." She wanted him, and he had not seen the clear proof of his Lord. That happened so we might avert from him all evil and indecency. He was our chosen servant. But the governor, and although she uttered a great slander against, she told her husband that Prophet Yusuf had approached her with improper intentions. She demanded that he be punished. They raced to the door. She tore his shirt at the back. She said, "How harm your family be punished for what he did?" Punishment. What happened is revealed in the Qur'an. It was she who tried to seduce me. A witness from her people then declared, "If his shirt is torn, he has clearly told a shameless lie. Back. Then she has lied, and he has clearly told the simple truth." This was in fact an indication of Yusuf's innocence. The woman had torn Prophet Yusuf's shirt from. The significance was clear. Come up behind him as he moved towards the door. At this, realized that Prophet and his wife was the one responsible. He saw the shirt torn at the back and said, "The source of this is women's deviation. Great. Yusuf, ignore all this, and you, my wife, should ask forgiveness for your evil act. There is no doubt that you are in the wrong." was not yet over. People began talking about what had happened between Prophet Yusuf and the governor's wife. It was clear that the governor's wife was the guilty party. Many people therefore criticized her. Wife solicited her slave. We see that she's the one to blame. The governor's wife was greatly all this. She therefore began to prove that she was right in her Prophet Yusuf. Because Prophet was extraordinarily, and many women were amazed at his beauty. Of their malicious talk, she said, and then she gave a knife to each of them. She said to Yusuf, "Go out to them." When they saw God preserve us. This is no man. What can this be but a noble angel here? This proposition in front of the crowd. She said he opposed would throw him into a dungeon. She said, "You see, it's him you blamed me for. I tried seducing him, but he refused. If he does not do what I order him, he will be put in prison and brought low." Yusuf was most determined, however. He immediately sought refuge in God and sincerely begged for his assistance. He, Yusuf, said, "My Lord, the prison is preferable to me than what they call on me to do. Unless you turn their that I will fall for them and." His Lord replied to him and turned away from him their female guile and deviousness. The one who knows. In fact, he knew that he was innocent. Unconscionable decision. He remained for many years. The king had a dream and was most interested to learn. For as in the land. Yet none of them were able to interpret his dream. Just then that someone who had been in prison with Prophet Yusuf mentioned him to the king. Declared, "I dreamt of 7 thin ones 8 and 7 green ears of." Explain my dream to me. They said, of mixed up dreams. We then said, remembering after a period, "So send me out." Every in line prepared by God for Prophet Yusuf. The dungeon. Prophet Yusuf was separated by the will of God. This Yusuf. He said, "Sow for 7 years in the normal way, and leave that which you harvest in the ear, except for a small amount from which you eat. Then will arrive, in which you can eat, except for a little which you store. After that, another year will come in which they once more will press." And the king sent a messenger to call Prophet important questions in order that his innocence should be revealed. Bring him to me straight away. Came to him, he said to your master and what happened about the woman who cut their hands. My lord has knowledge of their In response, gathered the women together and what was this past affair of yours when you solicited Yusuf? Then we know no bad of him. The governor's wife then said, I tried to seduce him then, and he has simply told the honest truth. After truth, say that Prophet Yusuf contains something very auspicious. Every moment experienced the Holy Prophet in the sight of God. Throughout his time in prison, he had grown and more mature. Situation in such him to power. Prophet King. This was the beginning of a whole new period for him. The king rewarded him with an important position and made him his counselor. At that time, place for reasons of trade, and the person who would appear before them, Yusuf. His brothers failed to recognize him, but he recognized it hospitably and offered in he the but they did not know him. Then, having supplied their needs, he said to them, "Bring me. Do you not hear to me? Your measure from me then will be denied, and you will not come near to me at all." His brothers did not want to lose the material benefits offered to them. They therefore immediately left Egypt and returned to their father, asking for their youngest brother. Prophet Yaqub did not trust them. Him to your care. The best of guardians, however, is God. He is the most. After having received, Prophet depart, reminding them to Prophet Yusuf's brother to Egypt together and entered into his presence. He separated his little brother from the others and revealed his true identity. Then when they entered into Yusuf's presence, he drew his brother close to him and said, I am concerning all the things they the laws of Egypt. Prophet his brother with him. However, he managed this too with a clever plan. He announced that he had lost his bowl. Under the law, the owner of the bag in which the bowl was found would be arrested. First the open found in them. Turn of the youngest. Yusuf had hidden it there as part of his plan. Started with their bags before his brothers and then produced it. The cunning scheme for Yusuf. He could not have held his brother only because God had willed it so. Anyone we will, over everyone with knowledge is a knower. Prophet Yusuf and his brothers met once again. This time he disclosed his identity to them. He, Yusuf, said, Are you aware of ignorance? They said, Are He said, I am indeed Yusuf, and this here is my brother. As for God does not allow to go to waste the wage of any people who do good. They said, Clearly we were in the His brothers were seized by a profound regret. They accepted that God has singled Yusuf. Prophet Yusuf displayed great maturity. This information appears thus in the Qur'an. He said, No blame at all will fall on you. As from God. He is the most his brothers his shirt, asking them to take it to their father. Go with this shirt of mine and cast it on my father's face, and he will see again. Then come to me with all your families. And when the caravan went on its way, their father said, I can smell Yusuf's scent. You probably think I have become senile. They said, by God, your mind is still astray. Prophet Yaqub's reaction after taking the shirt is described in the Qur'an in these terms. But when the bringer of the returned, he said, I know things from God you do not know. Thing Prophet Yusuf did when he met his family, them to his breast and remind them that they were safe. Neither hospitality and subtlety Yusuf to this, that he had parents described thus. He raised his parents up of him. Time, moment when that very important dream. Prophet Yusuf had dreamed of 11 stars, the sun and moon prostrating themselves before him. Now his mother, father, and brothers respected for the position he enjoyed, and they prostrated. The dream I had. To me by letting me out of prison and brought you between me and my brothers. When he wills. Eyes. People is it flawless by God operates at every moment of life. The life of Prophet Yusuf is manifest proof of that plan. He was so well by his own brothers, subject of an and forgotten in the dungeon into. Yet he never lost hope, but maintained his patient determination. There was something auspicious in and gave thanks every incident experienced. Finally attained great blessings in the wake of all these difficulties. The story of Prophet Yusuf contains an important truth. This is God in the For truly with hardship comes ease. Truly with hardship comes ease.